Dunan Nut, a young soldier and one of the global war's last survivors, is rescued by Hatomi, a second-generation bioroid. Nut's escape attempt is stopped by her former lover Briareos Hecatonchus, now a cyborg. She realizes that the war had ended and she is in a utopian city called Olympus. Its population is half human and half clone, a genetically engineered species called bioroids. Olympus is governed by three factions: Prime Minister Athena Arias, General Edward Uranus III, head of the Olympus army, and a council of elders. Everything in the set Y is observed by an artificial intelligence named Gaia from a building called Tartaros. While there, Dunan joins the counterterrorism organization ESWAT. The bioroids were created from the DNA of Dunan's late father, Carl, making the second-generation bioroids her brothers and sisters. However, they have a much shorter lifespan than humans due to suppressed reproductive capabilities. The Bioro, its life extension facilities are destroyed by a secret faction of the regular army in a terrorist attack against the bioroids. However, the Appleseed data, which contains information on restoring the bioroids' reproduction capabilities, still exists. Olympus is plagued by conflicting factions. Along with a strike force, Dunan and Briareos head to the building where the bioroids were originally created. She activates a holographic recording showing the location of the Appleseed data. Dr. Gilliam Nutt, who created the bioroids and revealed to be Dunan's mother, entrusted Appleseed to Dunan, but was inadvertently killed by a soldier. After mourning her death, Leighton turns against his men. They then get cornered by the regular army. Dunan discovers from anti-bioroid terrorist Colonel Ha that Briareos had intentionally allowed his landmate, a large exoskeleton-like battlesuit, to escape. Kudo then sacrifices himself to get Dunan and Briareos out of harm's way and escape to the rooftop. Uranus attempts to convince Dunan that bioroids seek to control humanity, and he wants to destroy Appleseed and the D-tank containing the bioroid reproductive activation mechanism. Briareos tells Uranus that the elders manipulated the army into wanting to destroy the D-tank, but Athena is trying to prevent them from doing so and protect humanity. Hades, who resents Carl, wounds Briareos. She and Briareos flee into the sea, killing Hades in the process. Despite Dunan's pleas not to leave Briareos behind, he persuades her to search for the elders. Mechanic Yoshitsune Miyamoto arrives in his landmate and begins repairing Briareos after receiving an SOS from him. Dunan flies back to Olympus in Yoshitsune's landmate and uses the Appleseed data to fully restore bioroid reproductive functions. As Dunan encounters the Council of Elders, they reveal their involvement in Gilliam's death and also plan to use the D-tank virus to sterilize humans, which will leave the bioroids the new rulers of Earth. They needed the Appleseed data to keep the bioroids alive, but Gilliam hid the data so they could not move forward with their plan. Athena, stepping in to stop them and announcing that Uranus has surrendered, tells Dunan that the elders had been acting on their own and had shut Gaia down once they realized humanity had softened their stance against bioroids. The elders state that they will soon die since Gaia kept them alive, but that they were ready to sacrifice themselves. They then activate the city's mobile fortress defenses, which begin marching towards Tartaros. Athena states that D-tank's security system is nearly impenetrable, but a shot from the fortress's main cannons might puncture the tank, releasing the virus. ESWAT begins mobilizing, but suffer heavy casualties due to the fortress's heavy weaponry. Briareos arrives and asks Dunan to join the battle. Despite the elders' objections, she goes with him to the 7th tower, and attempts to enter the password to shut the defenses down. But a malfunction makes it difficult. The final password letter appears by itself, and Dunan secures the D-tank, shutting down the towers. She reveals that the sins of humanity will probably get worse. but that there is always the chance that future generations will learn from these mistakes. She vows to keep fighting for the children.